welcome back to another video for the Now Pursuit.
We're here in Gander RV in Wichita.
What happened was we came here back to Kansas thinking we were gonna trade this baby in because it was giving us a lot of challenges.
Yeah, it was.
So we stayed at All Seasons RV, packed up, came here. Oh, yeah. We're not trading it in because one of the great service guys here, his name's Matt, helped us out figure out about 6 different challenges, and so we're going to share with you how we fixed it, how we conquered the challenges, so that maybe this can help you if you're on the road and you're like, oh my gosh, this is happening, how do I fix it? So come journey with us and I hope you enjoy. So the first one is the inverter. The inverter was not working.
All right, so what was happening was we were not getting any power going to the refrigerator and keeping it on while we were driving.
Right? Yeah, while we're driving down the road, or if we're just like, dry camping or boondocking or something.
Yeah. As soon as we would turn it on, 2 minutes later, it would go off. And that's because we weren't having enough voltage for this thing to stay on. It needs at least from 110 to 120 volts to keep going. And I guess that's your voltage current. And down here, this is what the guy told us, is that if that number 13 gets down below 11, this thing will automatically turn off. If it's not catching those voltages right there, this will turn off. And the reason why it works, we had this number all the time. We had 13 all the time. So when this wasn't reading 13, we had to figure out what it was.
This is the same indicator as outside. This is the one for the inside.
And what he was saying was that these batteries weren't hooked up together. So one battery was hooked up, and every time we were hooked up to shore power, it was charging. So it was a full battery. But this one over here, it was not charging. Let's see if I could get this off. So what we had to do is we had to hook up and connect them too. So it turned 2 small batteries into 1 big battery. And see this black cord right here? So he connected it all the way to the other side, to the other negative. So he did from negative to negative, and then he did positive to positive. So now he's turning 2 batteries into 1 big battery, and now we are able to boondock. We're able to keep the fridge on while we're driving. We can go driving for longer hours. So that is a big plus for us, and we're really excited about that.
That was the battery situation and the inverter situation. Now it's fixed.
Problem number 2 that we had was this one. This one was not working, and it would go in, but as it would go in, it would get stuck. It would be out at least like 3 or 4 inches from the side, and it would be stuck.
I realized I did want to show you where the controller panel was, because this is what we were messing with, what we were working with on the phone with the technician before Matt came out and lubricated all of the slides. We had to go in here. So here's the slide, right? There's a cabinet, and inside this cabinet there is, behind this wall here, so we already took it off, which is why it looks flimsy like that. Behind here is the control panel. So that's the control panel right there. And when the lights are blinking, there's like red, red, green, 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 green. There's a certain sequence of lights blinking certain colors. It'll show on there how to reset it. So that's what we had to do on and off each time the slides wouldn't be consistently working. So now the lubricant is helping.
And so what he did, what Matt had recommended, was that we go ahead and get 1 for the rubber, for the slides on top, and then 1 for the railing to lubricate it so it can go in smoother and have a smoother transition. So he said that because that rubber is on top and it gets pretty dusty and it gets pretty gunky, that the rubber would get stuck and it would kind of wedge itself to where it'll look like, or it would think to itself that it's already sealed, like that it's already in there, because there was so much restriction trying to pull that slide in. He said just spray that stuff on the side, on the rubber part, and it'll be more like, you know, a smoother, smoother lubricated transition going in and out. And the same thing with the slides too. So we did that, put it in like once, in, out, in, 6 inches out, 6 inches in, out all the way, and back in all the way. And then since then, it was totally worth it.
So that was problem number 2.
Problem number 2.
Fixed.
Done.
Problem number 3, the lights in the loft. The lights went out in the loft area. So I'm gonna kind of throw this out there. Maybe it could be any area of your RV, I'm not too sure. But for this one in the loft, we would bang on the ceiling, boom, boom, boom. And then it would turn on, and after a while, it didn't turn on at all because we're using flashlights.
Well, it started out as just tapping. So we would tap it, tap, 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 and then it would just all turn on, right? And after a while, it wasn't really working. So then we would bang it at the spot. We weren't just banging all of them, because we would, when it turned off, we would tap one over there, tap one over there, and it wouldn't turn on. But the one that had the short fuse, or the fuse had came out, just like a Christmas tree. If one's not working, then the whole thing doesn't work.
While we travel, because everything flies
off just like that. And then you just take off those 3 screws. So these red cords, so this black and white one is hooked up to a connector. See those orange cords? So you just, what had happened for us was that it came out through the little socket. It just wiggled its way out. And it's very easy. Like this orange clip right there, you literally just lift it up, it opens it so you can pull it out, put it in, and then close it, and then it'll clamp it shut. So you'll have that current going through again and having everything working functionally.
The last thing is the fact that we don't have a ladder. He was saying that we get to call and see if this is a walkable roof, because I guess some RVs that don't come with ladders, the roof's not walkable, which I don't fully understand that yet. So definitely gonna research that, and then I'll just do a little bloop, little box of written what that means, because if not, then you can order a ladder and have them attach it, which I'm not sure if we're gonna do that yet. Depends on what the little blurb says. Right. So, but that was an issue for us. And the last thing was something that happened last night. Actually, it's not why we came back or whatever, but it was a challenge, is the fact that all of the lights were getting really dim last night. We were wondering why. The air condition wasn't running. Well, the breaker went out. So I'm gonna end on that note. If lights are going on, you're wondering what's going on, why it's not working, check your breaker first before you like wait an hour and freak out, okay? I think that's it, and for now, this is our home on wheels for as long as we know it, but we feel blessed still, and we know that we went to Kansas for a reason, because we found Angel's smartwatch. It was in, I know, it's there, yes. We were shopping thinking we were gonna trade it in, and our old Jayco was there, and there was his smartwatch, so there's always purpose. And then also Matt helped us, which is great. So if you're in Kansas and you have an RV and you need help, go to Matt and Services here in Gander Outdoors in Wichita, Kansas. Outside of that, thank you so much for being here with us. I hope those helped, and we'll see you on the road. See you in the next video.